Hi folks, it's Rishi here, the founder of Zameen, and today I have a recipe from my mom. So this is Mummy's recipe. It's called Gujarati Wedding Dal, and so dal is like something that is eaten all over India and in many different forms. But this is a recipe that is popular in the state that my family comes from, and we would eat this dal during with a full meal. Like my mom would make a full on vegetable curry and a dal and a roti and rice. So it'd be vegetable curry, dal, roti, and rice. And but what I learned when I lived in the village was that often people couldn't afford to pay for dal, and especially this dal, and so they would actually only eat it on special occasions. So I had a better appreciation after I lived in the village and had this dal. So I'm gonna go over the ingredients first, and so the first major ingredient that you'll need is it's called Toor Dal or Toor Dal. Tuer is the Gujarati version, Toor is the Hindi version, and the English name for it is pigeon split pea. And if you can't get your hands on this, you could probably get a red lentil, and it might work similar to this. I haven't tried it, but I think I've used red lentils in other recipes, and I think they work similarly. So yeah, that's our first ingredient. And then the next ingredient is going to be 3 cups of water that you're going to need for boiling your dal. And then I'm going to go over some other ingredients. You'll need some unsalted peanuts, and make sure they're shelled. And then you'll need some jaggery. If you don't have jaggery, I think you could probably substitute a little bit of brown sugar for it, but jaggery definitely brings out a better flavor in the dal, and that's what's traditionally used in Gujarati dal. I have 4 cloves here, about 3 to 4. I put 4 in here, but the measurements for the spices are just based on how big the spice is really too. So if you get your hands on some cloves that are bigger, then I would reduce the amount or increase if they're smaller. Then I have some diced serrano peppers here, about half a diced serrano pepper, a teaspoon of turmeric, and turmeric is going to be our month 3 package, so stay tuned and subscribe because the turmeric we have is just amazing. And then we have what is it? It's a pinch of asafoetida, which is called hing in India, and so it's really good stuff, and we put it in a lot of dishes. And then we have some methi seeds, and which is fenugreek seeds, and we just need a pinch of it, and we're gonna actually roast it and put a pinch of it into our dal. If you don't have it, it's okay. It's something that it makes the dal taste a lot better. So then we have some lemon juice here, which we're gonna put in, and I have some curry leaves, which are also optional, but they're really great if you can get your hands on it. You probably find them at an Asian or Indian store. And we have a mix. It's very popular in Gujarat. It's coriander powder and cumin powder, which is called dana jiru, and it goes in a lot of Gujarati dishes. And then I have about a tablespoon of ghee, and ghee and dal is just like a marriage in heaven. And then of course it's cinnamon month, and so we are gonna have our Zameen cinnamon that we're gonna use, and I will show you how to crush it and put it in, because we do not want to use overusing spices. Actually, you know, it could change the flavor profile of the food, and sometimes it can make food bitter. So you want to use only the right amounts. So yeah, if you ever have a question, please do reach out to us, and I'm happy to like answer your questions. Alrighty, I'm gonna switch the camera around so we can get our dal boiling, and I'm gonna show you how to put that into the dal, into the Instapot, and then yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Thank you. So we're going to add the dal first, and then I'm gonna add the 3 cups of water. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the Instapot now. And gonna put the lid on. And I'm gonna walk away from it, and I will be back in a couple of minutes, and we will like start the cooking. So first we always boil the dal. It's called the bathing stage. The bafanu is the Gujarati term for boiling, and so we always cook the dal first, and then we season it. So I will see you in a couple of minutes. Thank you. All right, so now we have our dal is ready. It's been boiled. It's ready to be transferred, and get a better angle of that. That's what it looks like. And now we're gonna season it. I'm gonna do that on the stove and not in the Instapot. And we're gonna add all the spices and the peanuts and the ghee and make it taste all great. So I will see you in a bit. Thanks. So a couple must-haves that we have to have for this recipe is some black mustard seed or brown mustard seed, and some cumin. So we'll need those to do the proper seasoning, and those are essential ingredients for a lot of Gujarati dishes. So yep, I wanted to just make sure that you are aware of that. So but now I'm going to, I'll see you guys in a bit. So now I'm going to heat up my Dutch oven, and I'm going to add some of the ghee. So I'm just going to wait for the ghee to melt before I start adding some of my spices. I hate wasting ghee, so I'm always going to make sure that all of it's in there. So keep your spoon aside with the ghee on it, and at the end you will be able to dip it back into the finished dal, so you're not wasting any ghee. Okay, so now I'm just gonna spread that ghee around my It's hot. The oil is hot. I can see that, and so I'm gonna turn down the heat, and then add just one mustard seed, and this is the test to see if the water, if it cracks like it did right now, yeah, if it's cracking like that and making those little bubbles, you're ready to go, and it seems like the oil is hot enough. So I'm just gonna add all of the mustard seeds. And then I'm gonna add the jeera. And just be careful that you don't get cloves. I'm actually going to turn it off because it seems like it's gotten a little too hot. I'm turning it off just so it doesn't over. I'm going to add the curry leaves. And then I'm going to take the cinnamon. So I have my cinnamon here, and I'm just gonna pound it. And so now we have the rolls of, like, the cinnamon rolls kind of chopped up into little pieces like that. It's just about an inch to an inch and a half. And we can just add those to the I added 2. You can add a little bit more if you like. I don't overdo it. I think that's plenty right now that we have. And then you can just put these back into your Zameen mini mason jar and put it away. Now we're just gonna make sure that the oils are coming through in here. The oil is getting tempered and it's getting seasoned properly. The most important part is to make sure you don't burn this piece, because then it's going to give a burnt taste. So I would just err on having the oil lower, like at low heat, or especially after the ghee is ready to go and it's like melted. You don't want to really keep it on high heat. Okay. So here's where you can add the methi seeds. Now I'm going to add the peanuts. You can add more peanuts if you like, just based on preference and taste. Some people really like the taste of boiled peanuts. Fun fact, peanuts are not nuts, they're actually in the legume family. So yeah, it's like similar to dal. Okay, and just cook it for a couple of seconds. You can add the asafoetida at this point too. You just put a pinch of it, really. Don't need more than a pinch. Okay, I think the peanuts look like they're getting cooked too. And now I'm going to add dal. So I've added the dal now here, and then I added 1 cup of water here too, because I thought my dal was a little too thick. So it's okay to add some more water to dal if you want it to be soupier. If you wanted a thicker thing, then don't add the extra cup of water. At this point, I'm going to add also in the serrano peppers, or if you have jalapeno peppers, you can add those too. And I'm actually now cooking it on high heat because now that it has like the water and stuff, so it's not gonna burn right away, and so it's fine. And now we've already seasoned all the ghee with the oil, into like with all the different spices, and so we should be good. Add the turmeric. I just want to stir it in. Make sure there's no clumps. Add in jaggery as well here. So adding in the jaggery. I'm just gonna let it simmer now for a couple of minutes before we I'm gonna let the dal simmer now for about like probably 20 minutes before we add the last little components to it, which are the cumin, coriander powder mix, and then also the lemon juice. All right, I'll see you in a bit. So one important component that you'll need is a teaspoon of salt. So adding it right now. And letting it simmer. Also make sure you mix well. Again, I think the dal is thick, but we like a thick dal. If you like a thinner dal, you can add a bit more water, and if you continue to add water, it will mean that you need to add a little bit of more salt maybe. But I wouldn't recommend adding more than like another cup, because then the proportions will be off. So now you can add the coriander and cumin mix called danaju. And you just mix it on top. And you can add some of the lemon juice. And you're ready. Your dal is ready to serve, and you can eat it with mummy's pulao. Thanks for joining. Hi folks, so I'm back and I'm having some of this amazing dal. You can eat this with, sorry, just got a peanut, it's so good. You can eat this with mummy's pulao, or you can just drink it as a soup. It's a great healthy dish, and you could also add, if you're vegan, you could substitute the ghee for coconut oil. Well, thank you so much for following, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you make this recipe and you have any trouble, please reach out to us. If you love this recipe, please comment below, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Zamin Co. Thanks so much. Have a great day.